What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mekhi back at it in the building, you feel me? Now, today, we have another Michael Jordan video. I got some other videos. We're gonna start mixing it up after this video. We're gonna come back to Michael Jordan, but this is probably gonna be the last Michael Jordan for a while, because I know you guys want to see Larry Bird, you guys want to see all these other videos. So this is that time when Michael Jordan, when a non-NBA Michael Jordan destroyed a team full of all-stars. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and let's go ahead and get into it.
What if I told you Michael Jordan was being referred to as the GOAT before he even played in the NBA? What's up everybody, it's Jimmy, and back in the 80s, the US men's Olympic basketball team was very different than what we know it as today. Back then, the Olympic basketball team was made up of only amateur players, in this case, college kids. It wasn't until 1992 when FIBA began to allow professionals to play on Olympic teams, and we were blessed with this roster. But before all that, we had an Olympic team full of college kids. In 1984, the US men's basketball roster was made up of guys like Patrick Ewing, Chris Mullin, Sam Perkins, and other notable college stars. That same summer, a young Michael Jordan was getting drafted by the Bulls as the 3rd overall pick. But instead of being in New York for draft night, Jordan was busy in the gym preparing with the Olympic team. Oddly enough, two guys that got cut from the roster were Charles Barkley and John Stockton.
I wonder why. If y'all know, can y'all let me know in the comments why they got cut? That's interesting. I thought they were on that team.
Team was legit, but even the best college players in the country were no match for established NBA players, right? Well, in the summer of 1984, the Olympic team led by legendary coach Bobby Knight set out to prove how good this Olympic team really was. Over the course of that July, Team USA was scheduled to play Team NBA 8 times. These were exhibition games that were used as a bit of a practice run for Team USA to build some chemistry and face some tough competition. The NBA team was made up of some names you may or may not recognize: Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin McHale, Bill Walton, Danny Ainge, Robert Parrish, James Worthy, Clyde Drexler, Larry Nance, Michael Cooper, Alex English, and more. They were really good. Basically supposed to slap the college kids around a bit, push them harder than they've ever been pushed before at the college level, and get them prepared for the Olympics. It's kind of like when you see Alabama football schedule some relatively small FCS team just to beat up on them. Everyone wins. The big school gets a warm-up run and adds another win to their record, and the small school gets to face competition they usually wouldn't, and more often than not get a very large sum of money for their troubles. The small school is not supposed to win. This Olympic team was not supposed to win, except they did, over and over and over. 96-90, 92-79, 96-85, 128-106. They were whooping the NBA team's ass. In fact, the Olympic team filled with only college kids and very recent draftees won all 8 games. But no game was more eye-opening than the second to last one on the exhibition tour. It's July 21st, 1984. Team USA has won 6 games in a row against the NBA team, and the NBA guys are not happy. Losing to a bunch of college kids repeatedly was more than enough to kick them into high gear. The NBA team gets out to a hot start. Magic, Isaiah, and NBA All-Star Walter Davis come out firing, overwhelming their college opponents. They were not going to lose this game. Except they forgot one thing. The other team had Michael Jordan.
NBA players giving up the jump shot. Michael Jordan wisely sees. They haven't won yet in this exhibition series. Here's a break. Jordan back at Magic Johnson, and there you saw Michael Jordan's tremendous skills as he went past Magic Johnson.
A 21-year-old Jordan, fresh out of college and not a single NBA game under his belt, absolutely lights the NBA team up, putting on moves and shots that most of these NBA players just could not defend. They had never seen anything like it, and that is not an overstatement. After playing against Michael that summer, Magic said that he was already one of the best players in the NBA, and he hadn't even put on an NBA jersey yet. After coaching Jordan for just 3 months that summer, Bobby Knight said that Jordan was the best basketball player that he had ever seen.
Hold on. And this also goes to just show that Michael Jordan's competitive drive, he had it walking into the league. Before he even stepped foot in the league, he had a competitive drive. LeBron never had that competitive drive. That's one thing I realized about LeBron. LeBron never had one of those, like, I don't know if he had one of those, like, rivals, like, this is the person that I'm anticipating, or this is my competition. I have to be better than this player in high school. I believe Jordan had that when he was in college, but not in high school. But the only reason why I'm using LeBron for high school references is because he never went to college. Kobe, he did have that competitive, I'm finna show everybody that I'm the best player in the country. I forgot who he was playing against in high school. He said that his roommate, Kobe, was up all night just pacing back and forth, just talking about basketball and this guy that he had to be better. I forgot who he was. If I can find it, if y'all can let me know in the comment section, I forgot who he was. But I don't know if LeBron had that. I don't know if LeBron had that, competitive drive at all in high school. But Jordan did in college, and he definitely walked in the league with that competitive drive.
Time, Michael was just 21.
I mean, the kid is just an absolutely great kid. If I were going to pick the 3 or 4 best athletes I've ever seen play basketball, he'd be one of them. I think he's the best athlete I've ever seen play basketball, bar none. If I were going to pick people with the best ability I'd ever seen play the game, he'd be one of them.
Michael Jordan, I've said this in multiple videos before, but Michael Jordan is very, very fast and very, very quick. That is incredible.
If I were going to pick the best competitors that I'd ever seen play, he'd be one of them. So in the categories of competitiveness, ability, skill, and then athletic ability, he's the best athlete, he's one of the best competitors, he's one of the most skilled players. And that, to me, makes him the best basketball player that I've ever seen play.
The Olympic team went on to win the game 84-72. Jordan dropped 27. The leading scorer from the NBA team, Walter Davis, with 14. The way that a pre-NBA Michael Jordan dominated...
Wait, I need to see the stats again. MJ with 27. Walter Davis. I think that's Magic Johnson. That's Larry Nance. Wasn't Bird on this team? I thought Bird was on that team. I swear Bird was on the team because they said that, Bird was very upset that, Jordan beat them, and Bird decided to take that motivation every time Jordan played against him. But this team wasn't that bad either. Look at that. You got Jordan, Perkins, Ewing. Is that David Robinson? No, that's not David Robinson. Oh my God, this is Robertson. That's not Robinson. Dawkins, Chris Mullin. Had a pretty good squad.
With 14. The way that a pre-NBA Michael Jordan dominated a group of NBA All-Stars is something we may never see again. Could you imagine if today a college kid was running scrimmages against NBA All-Stars and not only left them all speechless, but dominated each and every one of them for an entire summer? What Michael Jordan did in the summer of '84 is commonly overlooked, yet is one of the most amazing feats of basketball I've ever seen. But if there's one statement that sums up how incredible Michael Jordan played that summer, it's this.
In my opinion, Michael Jordan has the opportunity to become one of the all-time great basketball players in the history of the game. And I'm talking about in the class of the Weston Robertson, a Hall of Fame type player. He possesses so many skills physically, and he has all the skills as a basketball player, and he got the shooting, ball handling, movement with him without the ball.
As a kid who had never even played an NBA game yet, Michael Jordan was already being referred to as one of the best players to ever play the game. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, until next time.
I'm sorry, I love the trap sacks, but I know guys that would look at this video and they would hear what people say about MJ and say that's complete glaze. I completely disagree, because if somebody can say that about Kobe and if somebody can say that about LeBron James, then they could definitely say that about Jordan, because they're the three-headed monsters, and that's that. Like, if I've heard guys come into the league saying that LeBron is probably going to be, he has a chance of being one of the greatest to ever play, even though his own team that he got drafted to was hating on him. he had a chance of, you know, becoming one of the greatest, and he is one of the greatest. Same thing for Kobe Bryant. But one thing I did learn about this video is that Michael Jordan dominated them for a whole summer. I thought it was just one game. But he dominated that team for the entire summer. That is insane, bro. You dominated a whole bunch of all-stars on one team. You dominated them. And this was college kids at the time. So that's very impressive from MJ, and this story needs to be, get a little bit more shine, because, I mean, do we understand what's going on here? Like, you know, some of those players on that team, we put them on the GOAT list. Bird, Magic, I forgot the whole team, but some of those guys, we consider them on the GOAT list, you know? And the guys on the other squad, those were the best players in the 90s. So you had Jordan, you had James, I think James Worthy was on that team, right? Of course, Barkley and John Stockton got cut, but they were still one of the best players in the 90s. So, you know, I mean, like I said, bro, that was very impressive, very impressive. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I got some videos on the way that you guys recommended. Plus, I got some ideas for some videos I want to react to as well. So make sure you guys like, comment, and make sure you comment down, recommend some videos that you want me to watch, and we will look into those. Without further ado, see you guys in the next video.